Home inspections. How not to panic, stay calm, and make smart decisions. This is what we are going to talk about today. Have you ever been into the process of home buying? If you have not, you are going to be there. And if you have already been through one, let's go backwards and relive that memory, right? So, you get into contract, you buy a property, and then you're going through the process of loan applications, getting the home inspections done, and at the same time trying to wrap your head around how to bring your down payment, how much money you are going to need, and how much you are going to have to continue to pay once you get into the home. And here you are, waiting very anxiously for the home inspection report. I always tell my clients that a home inspection report is to a buyer what an injury is to a mother when her child falls on the ground and shows blood on the body. Do you know the kind of panic that mom goes through? And that's the exact thing I always tell my clients. But remember one thing, when you take your child to the doctor, what does the doctor do? Does he lose his calm? Is he going to start thinking, oh, this patient is going to die or live? Is he going to just look at the blood and faint? No. So the doctor stays calm, looks at what has happened, try to size how much is the injury, how much is the bleeding, and then start working on it. You need to take that same approach when you're looking at an inspection report. Let me give you a little anatomy of an inspection report. When a property inspector looks at a property, he will go down, list all the small and big problems that go with the property. Something like a loose railing, a missing switch cover, or even a little bit of a crack, minor crack in the wall, or a minor crack in the foundation. Now, there could be such minor things, but when you see that list of items going to like 15, 20, 30 items, I can completely imagine the way panic will set into your hearts. And that's not what you should be doing. So what I typically advise my clients is go make a list of all the items. Put that list together, dollarize those items. And once you have dollarized as to how much it is going to cost to fix those items, then look at that number and then make your decision. Right? Now that could be a termite report, that could be from a property inspection report, home inspection report, or that could be from your pool inspection report, everything. I bet you that in most properties, all of these expenses based on the current home values, like in the Bay Area, your give or take a home value is about $2 million. If you see a typical inspection report, all of those fixes will probably not cost you much more than $20,000 to $40,000, which means 1 to 2%. Now, given that you're buying a $2 million home, should you even be so worried about 1 or 2% of the expenses? So what do you do with the inspection report? Yes, you should be worried if there is a huge foundation problem and the home is sitting on a sliding zone where the foundation problem is only going to expand. You should be worried. Get out of the property as soon as possible, because You don't even know whether the home is going to be there. And you figured out that the crack is being caused by a landslide under the house. In that case, you should pull yourself to safety and save all the further expenses that you're going to do, like appraisal, inspection, and everything. But in most cases, this is not what happens. In most cases, even if there is a foundation problem, here in the Bay Area, I have seen foundation problems that are going into like $6,000 to $15,000. I have not seen a foundation issue much more than that. Would you be that worried about a $6,000 or a $15,000 foundation issue? You would factor it in the price and see. In most cases, what you could potentially do is take these inspection reports, and if in today's market, you have a much better way to negotiate with the sellers. You give it to the sellers and negotiate it down and adjust that in the price. It's not about the seller, the home inspector or the property inspector does not say whether you should be in or out of the property. The inspector is giving you a list of all the items that they think are going to need attention, and you should be able to factor that in and use that report to how to get the most advantage out of it. Now, additionally, these days with the amount of AI coming our way, a lot of ChatGPT, Grok, whatever, Gemini, everything, most people have started feeding these inspection reports, and they start getting the result of the inspection report out because they think that they have given it to artificial intelligence and it'll come up with the best answers. Remember the word artificial intelligence. Artificial. Intelligence is fine, but artificial. We are still into a very young age of using AI. Experience, actually closing transactions on the field, actually understanding the aspects of what an inspection is are very key. Like, if you see a roof leak on an inspection report, maybe it doesn't bother you, but if an appraiser notes a roof leak on the property, the appraiser is going to write that in the report. And a leaking roof, a lender will not fund. So you will spend all the time, money, emotions trying to get into the transaction and come to the point where the lender wants to approve the loan, you're not going to get an approval. I had a case where one of my clients was about to write an offer on the property and it had a missing kitchen and it had a missing bathroom and missing floor. The seller had done all these things to the property. He said, "Oh, let me finish it," and then left the project midway. Guess what? No lender would fund it. So an investor went and bought that property. So you need to have a very experienced agent on your side to help you navigate through these issues. Don't just think that an inspection is scary and let panic take you over. No, you need to have an experienced agent that will help you understand the nuances of these and take you through. Remember, repairs are costly. Repairs may or may not be right. So, you need to have an advisor to read the report, to advise you to select what you need to do, and to get the best value out of your home. If you like this video, please hit the like button. And if you think someone needs it, share it with them. Thanks for watching. See you on my next one.